The most challenging experience I've had as a man happened almost exactly 2 years ago now. My dog died. This is the dog that I got just out of college. It was my first dog. My first son, for all intents and purposes. And dog people get that. If you don't have a dog, get yourself a freaking dog. He was my ace. He's my right-hand man. 12 and a half years old, he passed. And I was out of town, actually, facilitating a couples retreat in Mexico. And it was unexpected. I knew that he was getting toward the end, but it was still just like devastating. And I had actually never experienced grief to that degree. In fact, I wouldn't even say I knew what grief was until that experience. So that happens. And no sooner do I get to just process that than I find out that my son had Down syndrome, my unborn son. My wife was about 20 weeks pregnant, and we find this out. And it's like, oh my goodness, life is going to be very different than I expected. And there was no question that we were going to have him. Abortion was not an option. We're starting to embrace that. And a couple weeks later, she goes into premature labor, and my son, Gabriel Vincent Bowditch, was born and died. And we actually got to spend about an hour and a half with him before he passed. And that was just such a wild, unfair, traumatic, and just gnarly experience. All that to say, what I learned from that experience is I can go through hard shit and I can keep my shit together.